All right.
All right, indeed. This is another Battle for Hyrule 2 tournament match. This is the semifinals of the 100% No Up A bracket with the Third Extent versus Antlerz44. I'm John Tabin. Joining me on the mic is Swordless Twitch Flip. How you doing tonight, Flip?
Man, if I was any better, there'd be two of me. I'm doing great tonight. Looking forward to these two guys getting together as a couple of my favorite runners, and I've started to enjoy this 100%, at least from a spectator's point of view. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, got two great runners here. Obviously, they're in the semifinals. Antlerz hasn't put as much time into this category as some others, but the upshot of that is that he's PBing now, like as in right before the race, he got two small PBs and has a high 36 now. Third Extent has a mid 37 from a few years back. I'm not sure if he's PB'd since he last submitted to speedrun.com. It wouldn't surprise me. They're off and starting with the wood sword.
Oh, the sword's in there. Oh, how weird. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, Flip.
I'm not getting it. I don't care. So, obviously, these two guys, high-level players, straight to level 3 with no hesitation at all. Just a quick scroll for each of them, and they're both in the dungeon. I must admit, I have not been watching Antler's runs, his 100% run, so I'm not sure if he's going to deviate in any serious way from Third Extent.
I think they're probably doing the same route, but we'll see.
Both of them have to get through all of the red dark nuts to get their bomb, but they've got it. Antler's trying to get a count and ends up taking a little bit of damage there.
Yeah, on half heart, not super comfy.
Both of these guys, though, they play at such a level that it's hard to count them out. Well, you see there, Antlerz makes short work of the red guys, and he's right through. Little half a heart is terrifying to me, but these guys are like, no big deal.
Yeah, just don't get hit again.
Third Extent with the swag sword. He decides to farm for a quick bomb and gets it.
Yeah. Antlerz also with 7 bombs, so they should be heading to manhandle together. Yeah, the way Antlerz wove through those dark nuts was
well, it's embarrassing for me because I certainly can't do that. Yeah, but he does so with such nonchalance. And in Third Extent, again, these are two guys who can really play this game.
But manhandle not being nice to either of them.
Yeah, it doesn't. Manhandle is not necessarily a skill fight.
Ugh. Yeah. Oh, Antlerz with the death.
Now this is big. This is big in this run. Antlerz will go down. He's gonna go ahead and fight his way back to manhandle it, but this, at the level these guys play at, that's a decisive thing. Not to say he's out of it, because that's absolutely not the case.
Yeah, the Third Extent also on 0 bombs. Both of them got screwed over by manhandle a little bit, but Third Extent at least got the Triforce. They can't really. They can get the ladder, but can't do anything else in level. They can't finish level 4 without bombs. So Third Extent killing bomb dropping enemies on the overworld.
Ooh, he gets it.
Finally gets one. Antler's going up here to the chute to get this static bomb. Presumably going to take another crack at manhandle now.
Manhandle, one of the RNG-est guys we know. He's terrible to runs in general. One of the worst things about doing 3 first. How trolly that guy is.
Antlerz gets the spawn we almost never see on the speedrun because of how he went back in. But all right,
make short work of him this time.
Yeah, he has 1 bomb, which is not great, but he can, as long as he can get his next force, he's fine. Meanwhile, Third Extent gets his force on those results. In case you're new to these runs and wonder what I mean by that, if you kill 10 enemies in a row and kill the 10th with a bomb, it forces the 10th enemy to drop a bomb. There's some edge cases and some caveats to that, but that's the basic idea. So you'll see these guys doing that. And if you kill the 10th enemy with something other than a bomb, you get a force 5 rupee, which is also sometimes important in this run, since the money, both bomb upgrades are required, so there's a lot of money to collect, and it can get a little tight. So we're into level 4. Antlers.
Oh, man. Quick breakfast room for Third Extent.
Yeah.
Let's see where the clock is. Now, believe it or not, folks, he's probably a little unhappy with that.
Well, he did have he had to stop and farm a bunch on the overworld in addition to the
That's right.
to the manhandler shenanigans, which the overworld farming is kind of part of that. Antlers, despite having to go back in and kill manhandler, he's not that far behind, but Third Extent definitely with the lead at this point.
Third Extent with the little ladder clip there. Got to line up perfectly with the top rung, right in the middle of it. Very irritating little trick that these guys do, seemingly in their sleep. Third Extent gets some really lucky bombs. He's able to just kind of throw them around there.
Yeah, not the greatest fire pattern because they got it away from him a little bit, but not too bad. And skipped the key we sometimes get north of the diamonds. Air 72 added, so often called the air key. Because we got the magical key in this run, there are some choices for key routing. We'll see if Antlers also skips that key, and if they don't get that key, they have to get either a Moldorms in level 2 or a Pirouette level 1. So both of them will be doing at least one of those other keys. Third Extent first out of 4. He's going to scroll over. Since we don't have a candle, it doesn't make sense to go to 1 because there's a heart container that's required, and we don't want to backtrack and pass it twice. So instead, we're going to go to the coast and get those heart containers, and then head to level 2. I know it used to be Third Extent's default. Sorry, I'm responding to chat. Yeah, yeah. So we're going to go over to the level 2, and because we're going to level 2, it's not quite it's not that bad for Antlers that he's at 0 bombs. We'd like to have some bombs going into 2 because they speed up the combat, but
yeah, not entirely necessary, especially in 2. 2 has plenty of opportunities to pick up bombs. They have to get all of the hearts for 100%. They've got to go through and get all of the items and the dungeons.
Yeah, every fix music. What's
every item that comes up on the pause screen? They have to pick up some variety of it at least. The red ring. Not required that you buy the blue ring, but they will pick up the red ring. Unfortunately, it's so late in the run that it almost doesn't matter. But they do seem to take advantage of it in this 100%, especially.
All right, did that fix the music? I think it should have. Sorry about that. Yeah, it didn't have the. It wasn't. It didn't have them marked for audio before, and had to go through a different screen. But yeah, so what I started to say, it's the non-upgradable and non-consumable items. So the blue ring is not required, but red ring is. The potions are not required. Magical shield is not required because you can feed it to likes. But the letter is required because it's permanent. The magical boomerang, which you just saw Third Extent get, is required. Don't have to get the wooden boomerang. And the red candle is required, and the blue candle is routed in because it's faster to burn stuff before you get the red candle. Well, Third Extent got the Moldorms key, so he will not need to Pirouette level 1. We'll see if Antlers does the same. Yeah, no maps or compasses either. If you want to see maps and compasses and the magical shield, there is a 100% plus run that you can see on the category
TheThirdExtent
extension.
just landed 100% of the bomb drops he could. Speaking of that.
Yeah, a nice grid room. So Antler's still at 0 bombs, so he has to stab these Grius 5 times instead of the bomb stab you saw TherdExtent do. So TherdExtent extending the lead a little bit in 2. Antler's not getting the Muldorm's key, so he will pirouette on the way into level 1.
Tell us which one's faster, John.
Well, in theory, the Muldorm's can be the fastest because it's a combat key, so it can take as little as 4 seconds, but it's super high variance. The pirouette's pretty much 6 seconds every time. The air key is the slowest. It's 9.5 seconds, but it helps set up bomb forces, so some people like it for that reason. Although, as mentioned, it's you're under a little less bomb pressure in 4 in this category.
Oh, Antler's out of 2, and he got a lucky drop in the last room there, so he was able to get his double on Dodongo, and now he's up to 8 bombs. Meanwhile, TherdExtent walking in for the old lady's letter.
Yeah.
Who will never see the letter, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you are allowed to route in extra money and buy a potion if you want to, but I don't think either of these guys are going to bother with that. You, of course, cannot take a free potion because all of the heart containers are required in this category.
That's right. TherdExtent getting his 100 secret now. And now he's off to 5. Or will he'll is this where he'll buy his candle?
Yeah.
Okay. These guys passed each other just a little bit there.
I know Antler said he was having an issue because he, like most people in any percent OOB, he runs a red candle route these days, and he kept forgetting to get the blue candle on this route. But given how he was doing in practice earlier this afternoon / this evening, I think he probably will remember it this time. Since
TherdExtent's going to go ahead and pin these 2 Gibdos there so he can knock them out of the way. He's got the bombs, and he's hoping to keep his count up as he goes into the Olive Garden, to the room full of blue dark nuts, for those of you who aren't familiar with the lingo.
But before that, he's going to buy the bomb upgrade, which does make the Olive Garden a little bit friendlier than it is without the bomb upgrade, because he will have 12 bombs plus an extra pack, assuming he can force, which...
Ooh, nice dodge in there.
Antler's did remember his candle, and he is joining TherdExtent in 5. TherdExtent dropping a bomb on the old man. That does increment his count. I don't know if that was his 10, but if it was, it will also store the bomb drop.
Perfect.
Interesting that these guys are going up and killing 2 Gibdos before the river. What most people do is use the bombs on the way out to speed up those Gibdo fights, because they are kind of a silly spawn on the way out, but since we have the bomb upgrade, there's a strat for it. But I guess killing them on the way in is interesting. It might be better. I'd have to think about that.
TherdExtent being patient makes his way right through. Very clean. It took a little time, but
got his bomb force leaving with full health.
Mm-hmm.
And Antler's at the bomb upgrade coming in right behind him.
This guy and his swag. He said, "I don't need your bombs."
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I would not. That's not where I would choose to do that bit of swag. But I guess he does. He is in okay shape for bombs, so it's not like he couldn't spare it.
I feel like these guys are all mocking me. You know, they know how I get about bombs. Having fun with me. But now he's only got one Gibdo to whoop. Makes quick work.
Yeah. And Antler's up to the recorder. He had a slightly faster room than TherdExtent, so closing the gap a little bit.
Uh-huh. He did get through it though, and so now TherdExtent heading through the last couple of rooms before he gets to Dig Dogger. Antlerz is gonna stop by and grab his bomb pack. Got a pretty good spawn for. Oh, well, I spoke too soon. But he makes it. TherdExtent decides he wants that heart. And he's out of 5 and ready to head back to the west.
All right. Now that we have a candle, we can we're gonna whistle back to 4 and now go to 1. Grab that heart container on the way, along with some more money. Antler's finishing off Dig Dogger and heading into the same
one
walk.
Fireball, but he other than that, it went clean. It looked I couldn't swear because I looked at the last second. It looked like he got touched by one of the bunnies on his way through right before Dig Dogger. TherdExtent found yet another heart. He's going to grab some money out of this little hole here.
Yeah,
He's still got
ideally
the 100 secret.
Ideally, we want to be at 80 leaving level 1. TherdExtent's at 69, so it might be a ways off. He's building up his count, so hopefully he'll force some stuff on the way.
He does not pirouette, as you predicted.
Yeah, he got the Moldar's key. Antlerz will have to exit and re-enter level 1 to save the key that TherdExtent just spent.
There's his money he wanted. He's up to 77 now. That's bad close to where he wants to be. Does have to walk off to the side to get the key there.
Yeah, and he hesitated a little bit and it got away. It usually takes very little time to walk right but he didn't walk right away, and the Stelphos did, so it was a little trickier than it usually is. But he's got the bow. He has 77 rupees. Antlerz at 77 also. The Wall Masters are in the rupee group, so they may farm a few on them. If they don't have 80 rupees leaving 1, they have to get another 30 secret so they can buy their arrows. But hopefully they can both get these last 3 rupees.
Yeah, they've got a room full of Wall Masters here. Yep, and that's exactly what happens. There they are. He's got all of them.
TherdExtent has his money. Antlerz has his bow.
And he needs 2 more, which he should pretty easily swipe on the way out. And TherdExtent is out.
That thing was a 39-second gap at the bow.
Yeah, thank you, Yumi. Thank you, Yumi. That's a lot. That's too many U's. That's a lot.
No.
Thank you, Yumi. See, I'll put the Y on it. Thank you. TherdExtent up and starts his little clips to the west. He'll make a few moves.
Antler's got his money, here. And he's at Akamentus now. So we need arrows before we can go into level 6, because Goma is the boss, and aim for the Eye of Goma. Arrows are the solution to the puzzle to get out of the dungeon. Antler's third extent dropping a bomb on the Armos. That makes it so it won't run away. The power bracelet also required. It's under that. Under that Armos. And yeah, people mentioning in chat, you saw the third extent clip around that P hat to get in. The issue with that is it does change the spawn in the graveyard. So you'll notice that Guinea was in his way, and he had to stab in the graveyard. So it's debatable whether it ends up saving time. But either way, it looks cool when you clip past the P hat. So I'm kind of in favor of it.
Third extent really is pouring on the swag. I've been enjoying his extra little beams when he does an item grab in the dungeons. Yeah, I'm always too nervous to do stuff like that, but he seems to be having a good time. And Antlerz, you know, he got mistreated by Manhandler through no fault of his own, but since then he's been running a stellar run.
Antlerz at the magical sword. I didn't notice the time for third extent's magical sword pickup, but I don't know if the gap has changed since the bow. But yeah, Antlerz coming into 6 just behind.
Ooh, third extent takes a ready to the face. Alright, he had plenty of health, but that is not what you want to happen in the middle of this magical breakfast room here. He does alright though, he recovers nicely. He's got 5 rupees, he doesn't need any more.
The magical rod, aka the wand, is required. We don't generally rarely get a chance to actually use it in this category, but we do have to put it in our inventory. So that adds a combat room. And third extent down to 3 hearts as he goes into the wand room. Or, thanks to that Zol.
Antlerz in the magical breakfast now. He does not take a red to the face. So.
Third extent being careful.
Not having a great pattern, but yeah, conserving his health. Yeah. This is a silly time to let something happen.
Yeah, besides the health, the issue he has is only having 2 bombs, because this room is pretty smooth if you have the bombs to throw down, but he did not.
And he and Antlerz are
Antlerz closing the
just
gap.
Just a room apart now.
Yeah, much faster wand room for Antlerz, so the gap is narrowing. Helpful bomb drops for third extent, although he'd probably like some health as well, because 2 hearts is awfully little margin for error in Wizrobe Dungeon.
Cannot get off the grid. Oh, he takes the
damage. Yeah, he was trying to get
off the grid. He could not get on it.
Yeah, we call that getting gridded, because if you are between the half tiles or the quarter tiles, you can get snapped to the wrong one, and he was obviously trying to stab from the half tile and kept getting snapped to the full tile.
Hoping for some health there now. He actually took a hit from a red Wizrobe there, just a touch. Yeah. Oh, Antlerz gets a great bomb drop too. That's of course frustrating for him, but that's exactly the kind of adversity Antlerz had to overcome, you know, so third extent's getting his taste of it now. Antlerz is done with 6.
Yep. It's in a lot of ways, 100% is easier than any percent. You have the bomb upgrade, so it's much easier to get through 5. You have going 3-4-2, so it's much easier to get out of the early game with enough bombs to continue. We have the red ring in 9, so once you get the red ring, it's harder to die. But the level 6 and especially level 8 is a stretch where it gets a lot harder than anything else because there are 2 extra items in 8 and extra mini bosses. And this walk that Antlerz is on is pretty unpleasant too. You notice he has a half-hearted damage, which is better than par. There's always a pea-hat in your way on the staircase that you tank a half-heart from, and not getting also hit by the Lionels is a win.
Third Extent, and now in the battle. And
man,
he decided to just wade into the room, and he's making it. But man, he is having to use all of the pause strats. It is really costing him in time. And then that bubble is being very mean to him, and he's trying to conserve those bombs.
Yeah, I think he's more just trying to be safe because that'll switch them from a Wizrobe to a Wizrobe and a leg. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you must have been right because he dropped quite a few bombs then.
All right, so Antlerz is gonna go tackle another manhandler. This time he has the magical sword, so it's not quite so dangerous. But he'd rather not lose health here because there's a lot to go in a. All right, and third extent out of 6. Shake it off and focus on the next split. And yeah, this is a tough stretch. We have 2 Lagoons of Dark Nuts and then a Goma, which can cost a lot of time if you get unlucky with the pattern and aren't well practiced in all the strats for it. But see how these guys do. We are going to 7 after 8, so the second bomb upgrade is in the future, which means you can be freer with bombs in the on the Dark Nuts, as you see Antlerz demonstrating.
There's also, John, a 4-headed Gleeok to deal with, which can be problematic. Manhandler there, not a problem, just walk around.
Antlerz gets the easy pattern from Goma and one cycles it. Every time you miss a Goma cycle, he takes 8 seconds to open his eye a second time, so getting him on that first cycle is always really nice.
And there's the all key. Extent really wanted that fairy, but decided not to chase it.
Yeah.
Now he's off into 8. And Antlerz just... Oh, he does take a hit from the red Dark Nut, but pretty much just easing his way right on through 8. His health is looking pretty fair. Sure, he's satisfied with it. Yeah, he doesn't try to pull any off of the bunnies. So just stay away from the door, bro, and you got it. Easy money with the magical sword. Here we go. Antlerz is out of here, and he's gonna run really fast on the way to level 9.
Well, 7 first. We do
7, yeah, 7 and then 9, right?
We do 7 last in this category because it costs more keys than it drops. And since the magical key is required, routing 7 after the magical key lets us skip a couple keys earlier.
Third Extent getting the health drop, but also really getting tanked. Oh, give me that heart. All right. Tries to ease his way through and still ends up taking a bop there. this room here is a little bit more frustrating with the fireballs coming out of the middle. He decides to use the bomb to his advantage. Gets a fairy drop because that's how they do sometimes. You got a lot of nice health in that room.
Tough Goma pattern for third extent. He is gonna have to eat those 8 seconds for the second cycle. That's okay, he's through it. Still has plenty of health.
Has to dodge out because of the bunny.
Yeah, he was carefully preserving his health. He didn't want to tank anything on the way in, which is understandable. You can get bumped out, and tanking might not even pay. So Antlerz picking up the second bomb upgrade. That'll bring him to 16 bombs. He also needs to get the red candle in here.
Antlerz now with all the bombs.
Third extent with 2 bombs, which is exactly what he needs to get to the upgrade. 1 bomb to get into Gleok, and 1 bomb for the wall and 7. And by running out of bombs, he will auto-menu to Boomerang, which he may or may not use in 7, we'll see.
Third extent already had the arrow selected, so he decides to off those guys and get one more heart. I guess he just went up to get that heart, but it looked to me like he decided at the last second to pick up the heart container as well, which is kind of important in 100%. Right?
Yeah, we usually skip the level 8 heart in any percent because we have the magical sword by then, and there's no other reason to get heart containers in this category they're required. So if you forget to go back and grab that, it disqualifies your run, and not what you want to see. Right. Third extent off to 7.
Antlerz, meanwhile, is a good ways through 7, just over halfway now. Antlerz gets a good bomb crop.
Yeah, he was trying to hug the wall. It flashed them all away. It's only 1 swing with the magical sword. It's okay, pretty quick. But in that case, the bubbles were very unfriendly and pushed him away from the wall and throws down a bomb to keep going.
All right, let's see if that boomerang comes into use here. Oh.
Yeah, the boomerang can actually be really useful in the river room because there are keys to kill, and it also saves a tick on your next menu because I think it's closer to the meat than.
Third extent threw an angry boomerang at one of the enemies there after they got him in the back.
Yeah.
Plays with passion. Antlerz well on his way up the hill to level 9. Quick little clip here. Little walk here. That's where it is, ladies and gentlemen, if you never knew.
Yep.
Some of these hints in this game were a little too obscure for my little 10-year-old brain, or however old I was. 8, maybe. Spectacle rock. What?
Entrance of death.
It's one of the reasons I still enjoy Swordless is because it's still so interesting to me that we can do all of this now that we've all gotten together and shared information.
Yeah.
Now we know where everything is.
Alright, so Antlerz is going to have to go get the red ring, because it's required. And this gets considerably easier once he gets the red ring, because it quadruples his defense. A little bit of a gauntlet to get there coming up. Oh. There's this Patra and then a couple Wizard rooms.
Only one hit off the Patra, though. That's not too shabby. Oh, does get bit by the light, but jumps right out of that.
Alright, and
quick clip. Alright. Yeah, now.
11 hearts, which is effectively 44 hearts if he were still in Green Tunic, so now he can just go fast.
It's not exactly the ring of invincibility, but but it's close.
Yeah, I mean, third extent out of 7, he will be heading to 9 himself shortly. Patrick actually gets out of Antler's way. Those Patra's satellite hitboxes don't appear right away, so you can just walk through them like that. Occasionally, the middle guy moves left and bops in your face, but in that case it didn't.
Antler's 7 bombs. Gonna get him right through reverse C, I'm wagering. It's a little extra walk, but doesn't take any, well, not that he's worried about damage at this point, but doesn't take any from the Patra.
Yeah. This reverse C pattern is considerably worse than any percent. They don't group up for bombing, so often we end up tanking damage by running into Wizards just to avoid bubbles. Those bubbles, though, coming at him quick, but he managed to avoid them.
Yeah, they left him alone after a quick bother, so... Antler's not to be outdone with the swag.
Yeah, it is faster to clip if you get it the first try.
Yeah, he's probably not stoked about that one, but you know, he didn't give up.
Yeah, he was committed to it. He didn't.
Yeah, I would have walked.
Yeah, it may still be
the fourth or
fifth.
Yeah. After the 4th or 5th time, I would have. Oh no, that's okay. I guess.
Because that walk's like what, 5 or 6 seconds to go all the way left and all the way. You finish the fight in the middle. So
yeah.
So like at worst he broke even with a few clubs. Third extent now heading to get his ring.
Got a little bit trolled by the Patra there, but he managed to make it through with just 1 hit. But Antler's obviously pretty unstoppable at this point.
Yep. We will be running game 2 right after this, so do stay tuned.
And Third Extent getting the red ring just as Antler's is a couple of rooms away from the last Patra.
Swag arrow from Antlerz. That's a
sir.
There's a particular frame you have to press B on to get him to fire from the Triforce like that. Always fun to see.
That is run validation and get your GGs in order, folks. Unless the fire manages to off him, I believe he's done it.
That is a 38-45 by Antlerz. Third Extent maybe 2.5 or 3 minutes behind. Oh.
Third Extent now on the reverse C, and he gets pretty much the same pattern. And just like you were saying, John, like walked right into the Wizrobe instead of taking the bubble hit. Because it really doesn't matter.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the bubble takes your sword away, so the bubble will slow you down more than... And the red ring will protect you from losing too much health to the Wizrobe, so definitely Wizrobe's preferable a lot of the time there. So Third Extent into his final 2 minutes of level 9. It's the reverse clip first try.
Two Patra hits, 1 heart of damage.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The red ring's fun.
I remember it. It's been a while since I've used it, but when I was first learning the game, when I was first trying to get less than an hour, I used it a lot, and oh my gosh, man! It once you got it, but it was so hard to get it. It was so hard to clip your way into that room, and deal with those Wizarobes without dying before you got there.
Third Extent is definitely trolling you by throwing. I mean, he doesn't need any of these bombs anymore, so it's not like he's risking anything. But yep.
Yeah, you can hear him saying, "Are you watching this, Flip? Are you watching?"
He's also he also of course knows that Antlerz is finished, so he's having some fun as he finishes out this first race.
Also, for the fast Patra, just beat him. Take that heart. Alright, now get the arrow properly. Let's see it done here. Oh, see, that's why the run isn't valid right there. All that swag he did this run. Okay, Third Extent done with it as well. Nothing wrong with that run. He had deaths that he was unhappy with, but played well, and you can bet he'll come back swinging for the next round. Blue Link. All right, we're going to have round 2 coming up in just a couple of minutes, I'll wager. Y'all don't count Third Extent out yet.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he was in the lead for a good bit of that until mishap in 6.
Ugh. Level 6. The dreaded.
And they are ready to go again, so
all right.
We will see them in about a minute.
Antlerz hoping for a much better level 3 manhandler to start with. I don't know though. He may find that he plays better after a problem like that. Because then that does take a lot of the edge off when that happens. It kind of
I mean, it affects people different ways. Some people go on tilt, and the mistakes can pile up. But it is a lot of speed running is kind of mental like that. It's like the same, depending on your personality, you'll react to situations differently.
Okay, looks like the guys are setting up, fixing to roll out.
Yep.
And they're off.
Yep.
Again, weirdly going in this cave.
Yep.
Getting a sword. Huh. Oh well. Well, looks like Third Extent's gonna win the first in battle by a nose. They're gonna try and hurry into this red dark nut room. Neither of them got the early bomb last time, but apparently it's a 41% chance.
Yeah, I don't know if Antlerz was going for a manip. I know Third Extent, no, that's not. It's just playing natural. Third Extent, I don't think has ever learned the manops. Antlerz has, but kind of hard to go for them in races. Some people don't even bother. But we haven't had a couple people get them in races. It's cool to see.
Third Extent did not get the best pattern on those dark nuts there, and he was chasing around for a minute before he finally got them all stick down. Oh, takes a bop on his way out of the room for that key there, too. Meanwhile, Antlerz bombs to spare. He does get a good... At least he does get a good pattern in that room. Third Extent does, so...
Antlerz first to the raft, and he has 8 bombs. Third Extent not too far behind him, but he has only 1 bomb. Did he have to sword down all 3 dark nuts, or did he get
he did.
lucky? Nice downstab by Third Extent. That is a that is a frame. It's frame perfect to stab, and it's not that hard to go left, but to change direction on the frame is tough. And
it looks like he's going to try and farm a lucky bomb here, changing his mind now, maybe going to the chute.
That staircase room does have a static bomb, but it also has a lot of darkness to sword down if you don't have any bombs. So he might go up to the chute.
Meanwhile, Antlerz is out.
Yep.
He has a lucky manhandler. He walked right into the smoke, and he's out of there. Third Extent farms a key, and he'll just kill these bats here. This will cost him 25 seconds or so, but it will not end the run. Ugh, even though one of these guys...
Yeah, if you have beams, this room's very easy to do quick. But if you don't, you're really at their mercy. They can do stuff like that. Only 1 bomb. Less RNG.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah.
He's out of bombs now, but he does kill him, right?
Yeah. Once again, he's going to need to farm on the overworld or something. He could also go get the ladder and do 4 later, but really he'd rather get a drop here.
Yeah, he's already down, time he's having to fool with, and nobody wants to farm in the he gets lucky first time. Very cool. Nobody wants to farm in the overworld. You feel like kind of a hack when you do that, but like in a race, like you do what you got to do, and you can't get much luckier than that. So, Antlerz already mostly done. Already done with the breakfast room while I'm running my mouth.
Yep. Blink and you'll miss it.
He's in there seeing 405, 406, which is much closer to what these guys like to see out of their ladder grab. Now we've got both of them are in the dungeon, but they're at opposite ends of it, really. Antlerz is already clipping his way out. Third Extent, though, gets fair pattern. He's going into magical breakfast now. Just as Antlerz is finishing off the last moblin for the fire for the Gleeok room here. Does not have beams, which they do like to have when they come in here, so they can get the first couple of quick shots. Oh no! Down to half a heart of damage. Antlerz got to be much more careful now. Goodness gracious. No problem for a stepper, though. He's got it knocked out. And done with 4. Again, 5:23, I think he was at, something like that, which is fine for this. He's got 5 bombs, and again, 30 cents, a little bit low on bombs. Oh, gets a good drop there off the fire, though, so... He does enjoy farming a bomb off of Gleeok's head as well, so I get a chance to see that since he's playing swaggy. He does take a quick bop there, though, right from the door. That always throws their pattern off when they're trying to sort them at just the right times. Look at him.
Oh, nice.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
We were watching, bro.
What Third Extent did there is the red head... every frame it floats over a bomb, it increments the count similar to the core of manhandler. So he got up to a 10 count by bombing the red head, and of course he had to not get hit for the rest of the fight for Gleeok to drop the bomb like that, which is a tough trick and always
that's the hard part. Yes,
delightful to see.
So yeah, his bomb count is nice now, which is in these runs doesn't seem like much, but that is one more thing to worry about. Okay, he's done his world wrap. He's on the other side now, just as Antlerz is walking into 2. 2 is one of those levels that the spectators, these guys are, it's nothing for them to defeat this, but they can really lose time in here if they get off of their regular moves and their regular patterns.
Yeah. These ropes are very high variance, and in this category we have the magical boomerang room, which and that's what the magical boomerang room is. The reason Antlerz bothered to go for that, the reason the Third Extent bothered to go for that Gleeok bomb, because you'll see the way Antlerz does it. You drop a bomb and stab each of them, and that's the quickest way to kill them, because they each have 5 hit points of damage, 5 stabs, or a bomb and 1 stab.
And again, Antlerz skips the Moldor key.
Yeah, Antlerz. That was a good Moldorm's pattern too, so I guess he's just committed to pirouette from the start. Some people will look at the Moldorm's pattern and then decide, but
well, it doesn't get much more consistent than the pirouette, at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, certainly, if one's faster than the other, then they're always looking for that moment that can save. Third Extent not giving up. Antlerz is out of 2, though.
Yeah, I mean it's certainly until 8 it's anyone's race, because those 6 and 8 are so tough in this, and it's a long stretch where you can gain or lose a lot of time.
Third Extent, not a bad Moldorm pattern, and I mean, I didn't time it, but that looked like just about the amount of time it might take to pirouette. So
yeah.
Oh, okay. He was able to grab the clock and get a quick grab anyway. Hits the floor bomb and he's out.
Yeah.
Come on,
both these guys doing pretty good for money this time, being at 79 already, leaving 2. Is well, Antlerz is not quite that far ahead because he already got that third. Oh no, he was. Yeah, he was that before he got the second 30. So probably gonna get to their 80 without the backup 30, which both of them did in the first race as well. Antlers grabs the letter.
Poor old lady. She's never going to see that letter. What does it say? I mean, hey, this kid's cool. You can sell him a potion. Like, what's...
Yeah.
This guy's not a cop. Cool. I don't know what's...
Yeah.
What does it say?
It could just be a prescription pad. I don't know.
Yeah. It's probably illegible. It's, you know, Link's like, hey, this came from the old man, and the lady's like, oh, okay, and neither one of them can read and write, so they just... Who knows? Antler's grabbing his temporary candle. He's off into level 5, which is not, again, much like 2 with their bomb upgrade, the only variance really is time. The blue darkness can really troll you, so you can certainly lose up to 30 seconds really and still have a hit-free fight with them. They can just get out of the way. They're using the wooden sword, which is almost worthless against the blue dark knight.
Yeah, it takes 8 hits with a wooden sword with a blue dark knight, so yeah, it's not worthless, but it's a lot slower than bombs. So you want to get as much damage with the bombs as you can.
Okay, Antler's has the bomb upgrade just about the time TheThirdExtent's walking in. Not too far apart. Antler's gets what I think of as the poor pattern to start with. But still makes pretty short work of it. That was an excellent blue dark nut room there, Olive Garden there. Named so because apparently that looks like a breadstick.
Yeah, that was... Arcus, when he was running this game, he gave everything food names, and breadstick was his. Raft was the hot dogs, and Candle was the hot sauce, and so forth.
That guy's got a book full of them, man. I love to watch him.
Yeah. I mean, most of that stuff was made up in his chat. Olive Garden was actually made up, I think, in Aaron Truitt's chat. I was talking to Arcus and about... He's told me the breadstick thing, and I said, does that make the recorder room the Olive Garden? Because we're just here for the breadstick.
That is literally the only reason we're here. Oh boy, TheThirdExtent having a little trouble, but manages to... Oh, he does keep getting touched, but he is at least defeating them. He's wasted a good bit of bombs, though, much more than he wanted to, I can promise you. But he made it through. And throws a bomb down just for
that's
giggles.
A swag. That's a swag bomb. It's the same principle as the swag stab, except you hit B instead of A.
TheThirdExtent determined to, if nothing else, show off as he plays the game, and I personally am here for it. Love it. Antler's already facing Dig Dugger, which is just a couple of hits after the bomb drop, so he's out of there. Long refill, which he's probably not stoked about, but chat coming in with ideas about what the letter might be about with the potion. Ingredients list, which is, goes along with canon. So.
Now, Antler's gonna grab this heart container now and head into one. Once he gets the 30 secret after that, he will be at 71, so he'll need 9 more rupees inside one.
TheThirdExtent already at the right amount.
Yeah, he'll have 80 as soon as he picks up that 30, so he doesn't even have to worry about money. Because he got so much into. Love to see.
And he's out of 5, so again, just ever so gently trying to save a little time here and there and keeping after it. No pirouette for him, but Antlerz does his.
Yeah, and because Antlerz, I didn't see if he killed all the levers or if he went in from the top, but he changed the spawn so that pirouette is going to make these spawns a little odd. He's going to be on the far right in the Stalfos, and these guys are kind of off to the side like this. It cost a little time, but not that big a deal. It will give...
he gets his money, too, though.
Yeah.
Antlerz again with a little bit of ladder trouble, but not nearly as time costing that time. Wait, that was TTE that had that trouble last time.
Yeah.
That's right. Antlerz do the bow!
Antlerz bow hoist at 1631.
And the Keys hat, one of my favorites. He'd probably rather have beams.
Yep.
And TherdExtent does get the good pattern.
Yeah, because the TherdExtent is doing the standard no pirouette. This is actually, I think, the spawns the TAS does. Of course, the TAS, the Stalfos moves up because they can re-record until they get the right luck. But
right, yeah. It's been a lot of years. I watched a couple of TAS Zelda videos lately, and I'd forgotten how much craziness there is.
Yeah. 17-18 for TherdExtent, so about a 57-second difference. No, it's less than that. Math is hard. Like 47-second difference.
Antlerz working his way to the west. He's looking for a new sword. Oh, and an arrow. And TherdExtent, yeah, just about 30 seconds apart. They finished one there.
Yeah.
Antlerz waves at 6. He'll be right back.
Yep.
First, he's got to get the Master Using It sword, not to be confused with the Master sword. This is the
1837 magical sword for Antlerz.
TherdExtent again uses his little bomb trick for the power bracelet.
Oh.
Yeah, 1924? 23?
Yeah, 1923, so...
Antlerz decides to spend one bomb since he got bubbled, and he gets rewarded with a bomb. Pretty good magical breakfast. TherdExtent. Just a few rooms behind. decides to try for the bomb. Oh, 30Extent gets the lucky bomb. Very nice.
Antler's still with beams, tearing through 6.
Dude, man. Still beams in the second Wizard room. Finally loses them to a touch.
And 3rd also keeps beams through the belfry. We'll see how he does in this room.
TheThirdExtent got that lucky bomb and decided to use a couple of them and made really good use of them.
Yep.
Very fast magical breakfast. Meanwhile, though, Antlerz had a great Wizard room before the rod, and he's got the rod, and he's out of there already. Also got a really great bomb drop that pumped him up to 12, so he's just walking around with full pockets. Ooh, 30Extent, some really good combat in there. The clock doesn't need it. Uh-oh.
I'll look at his stream and see if where the issue is.
Little freeze there. Antlerz, man, just leave the bombs on the floor. Don't need them. He's full. Just walk on. Grabs the heart. He's out of 6. Just like that, man. Now the wrap again.
Yeah, we may be having an issue with 3rd stream, unfortunately. I know he was having some issues. Oh, no, it's back. All right. It's back on his stream. We should see it shortly. But it's going to be black a while.
Yeah, he was having issues last week and had to reschedule. And I know he's tried it a few times, but as far as I know, it's been working fine. But he's yet to be able to pinpoint what the exact trouble is. Antlerz does not have time to worry about it. He is already grabbing his last heart container that he has to get, or has to shop.
Well, last overworld heart container. He still needs the ones from 8 and 7.
Yeah. Grab some money here. He'll need that for his vintage meat, as TTE would call it. TherdExtent. Now that seems, did his game freeze as well, or he seems to be a little behind the pace he was on when we lost contact with him there. Oh no. Well, hopefully he's recording. Hopefully that's working for him.
Yeah. He was just asking me in the race room if he's disqualified, and I said no. Oh, I guess he must have paused to actually ask that question because he's.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
maybe that's what happened to him. Yeah, it's always unfortunate when you have hardware or software, whatever trouble he's having, when you have issues out of your tech.
Yeah, he said his computer went to sleep in the middle of it. So.
Oh my gosh! No.
Yeah. He asked if that would disqualify him, which would be a really weird ruling because it only hurts him.
All right, now Antlerz in for the real combat in 8 now that he's got the book. The book. 30Extent, low on health, but making his way. He should be fine in this last room or two here. Antlerz makes short work of the first Blue Lagoon. Oh, and then, oh man, and then gets beat up in the next room. Or the following room. The next room is a room.
Yeah. Yeah, that does cause some confusion when you're commenting sometimes. But all right, that was a really fast Lagoon 2 for Antlers.
It really was, yeah. He
Yeah.
must have been irritated about getting knocked around there. TheThirdExtent makes him drop a bomb and then walks away.
It has 12 bombs and doesn't have the second upgrade yet, so there wasn't really any point in picking that drop up. Probably would have rather seen a health drop.
You're not going to convince me he's not doing it to anger me, John. I don't. Even if he was full. Okay, now, yeah, Antlerz has already got his all key. Just got a quick walk back, and then he'll have to face Gliok. He's also got a high bomb count, so they need him going into 7. 7 costs a lot of bombs.
Well, so actually, they don't. You need one bomb entering 7, and then to get to the upgrade.
Oh, they're getting the upgrade. Yeah. I forgot they're getting this.
In 90%, you need lots of bombs for 7. Very different. That's one of the big differences.
Yeah, they're going to have 16 bombs. That's right. Yeah, they'll probably be okay without that.
Yeah. The TheThirdExtent clipping into the HUD to save a couple screens of WOG. He's struggling a little bit to clip back out, but he makes it.
And Antlerz is out of 8. Again, long refill, but short work of Gliok there. So it's on pace, man. I mean, that's really his last super tough area there. Not that he can't lose it between here and there, but it would be unusual. TheThirdExtent coming into the last of his real combat here. We'll have a couple of blue lagoons to deal with himself.
Oh. Antler's going to grab this money to pay for his bomb upgrade and then head it to 7.
TheThirdExtent at least getting the health drops. They weren't great to him on their patterns, but he made it through it with little damage. It does waste a bomb, but under the circumstances, oh man, he decides to just let those guys tank him for a second there. Oof. He's being free-hearted, and those fireballs are not being nice to him either. That was a really tough second blue lagoon. There's all of Antlerz. Bombs there.
TheThirdExtent came close to the 1 cycle on the left Goma. Got a little late on the 3rd shot, but cleans it up for the 2 cycle.
And now he's got the all key.
Nope.
I don't know that's canon. That's just what I call that thing because it makes it an A.
Yeah. I think canon is magical key or a lion key, but
yeah. It puts the A next to it, and I always assumed that meant, oh, I have all of them.
No. People say any key. Some people say almighty key.
Oh, the almighty key. Yeah. I kind of like that better. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the A is just a artifact of it being in hexadecimal, but you can make up your own meaning for it.
Mm-hmm.
I do like any key because it's like press any key to continue. But
right. Oh, Antlerz gets the red candle.
Third extent, jumping back into the staircase, probably setting up a fairy force here. Yep. So he's at full health coming into Gleeok, which is nice. Also saves a lot of time on the refill. Every half heart is 91 rupees, or every half heart is 21 frames. So, well, 2/3 of a second for every heart you have to refill. So those fairies do save a lot of time, in addition to making the fight a little safer.
And though behind, Third Extent now out of 8. Grabbing his last, not his last, his second from last money. Oh, his vintage meat. Excuse me. Then he's off to get his money. Oh no, takes a bop from it takes a stupid moblin arrow. Now he has to reset his whistle so he can go where he meant to. Which is, I believe, 4. Oh, 3. He may have been aiming for 4. Antlerz on his way to 9, folks.
Yep. Yeah, he's on a... He's about 40 seconds behind his PB, which puts him on low to mid 37 pace.
Antlerz getting bullied by the boulders, but makes it through unharmed. And it's time for 9 music. Oh, he wanted those beams. Give them back. Yeah, Third Extent kind of just casually going through now, making sure he doesn't die, and still making pretty decent time, even like that.
Yeah.
Now Antlerz, he's gonna go over here and get the fabled red ring, which is gonna make his life a lot easier. Just gotta get past this pesky Petra. Pesky Petra. My theater teacher would be so proud. This clip right here is so irritating, and he makes it look easy, though.
Yeah, it's really scary, too, because if you mess it up, then there are Wizros and bubbles all around, and
you really just have to fight the room.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get a clean second shot, so you have to, like, find another opening, and... so.
Probably not quite as heart-rending as the reverse C clip coming up, though. Which is a backwards clip anyway, but then you...
Yeah, the reverse clip coming out of reverse C is always...
always scary.
Yeah.
Third Extent grabs a little money, because he wants to use his arrows. Got a clock there, though, so he has to wait just a moment.
Yeah.
Quick clip in just past the Patra. See what his spawns look like in here. You mentioned they're never nice.
Yeah, they don't group up in the corner. They're all over the place, as you can see. So you have to.
Cool, nice dodge by Antlerz there.
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
Didn't I mean, doesn't really matter. He does have the red ring, but still awesome to see.
I mean, yeah. Oh yeah, mid 37 pace. He's just gonna run this in real quick. Meanwhile, TherdExtent about to join him in 9.
TherdExtent, man, just had that bomb trouble early, and made so much of the difference here. Not that Antlerz hasn't. I mean, really has had not a flawless run, but a super solid run.
Yeah.
Just a little off his PB pace. Like you really don't ask for much more than that. TherdExtent at least has all the bombs going into 9. Well, that was a nice run by Antlerz. Okay. Antlerz going to do the quick Patra. Quickest Patra, really. Oh, it does get kind of knocked around a little bit. This goes to show you like I was saying before, you take a lot of hits, but you're not necessarily invincible. Lost a good bit of health there. That was a great bomb drop for the swag by Antlerz. Not really worried about having to swap to the arrow. And get your G's together and in a pair and into the chat.
Yeah.
Antlerz is going to be your big winner.
Yeah, that is a 37-27 for Antlerz.
Validated by the swag bomb. Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Antlerz offering him to rerun the race because of the technical thing, and TherdExtent declining that offer. He resigns, or forfeits, and see if we can get them in for interviews. He's saying,
ooh, what a race.
And we're joined now by Antlerz. GG, sir.
Yo, thanks, John. Appreciate it.
So I noticed you were PBing during your warm-ups tonight. You are in the finals for this, and so presumably getting sharpened up. Actually, we'll talk about that in a sec, because TherdExtent is here. Hey, TherdExtent, GG. So sorry about the technical issues.
No, it's all right.
Yeah.
Hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, GG's, dude. I hate that that's how it went, but...
Hey, I've been having trouble. I thought I was getting away with it tonight, but it happened again. Some new thing that happens when I run OBS, my computer just falls asleep, and I don't know. Get it back running in like a minute or 80 seconds or something, but it's
Dang,
nothing.
man, that sucks.
Yeah.
It's all good, man. I wasn't playing very well tonight.
Yeah, well, you're out of 100%, but you do have your quarterfinal with Why Must You Hate Me and any percent no up a championships bracket. That's tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern on Zelda speedruns. Hopefully your computer will hold up then, but
yeah, hopefully.
Just keep going while you're getting it live again if it does happen, because we'll roll with it and figure it out. But yeah, check that out on Zelda Speedruns tomorrow morning. And Antlerz, you are on to the finals. we'll be playing the winner of Why Must You Hate Me and Cantaloupe Me. We won't speculate on who will win that map.
Yeah, no, it's. I did not expect to make it this far in this category. If anything, I expected to forget stuff and lose that way. But I've been fortunate to actually play pretty well in the bracket races anyway. And yeah, I'm starting to figure some things out. I still need some work on the menus. Still need some work, on other various little things, but the big things, room patterns, how to approach combat in a lot of rooms. I'm really starting to kind of come into my own in. So yeah, I was warming up and got 2 PBs. The second one was a 1 second PB, but it's pretty encouraging. So
yeah, those are good. That was the 36. 36.
Yeah, I got a 36.48, and then I ran it back and got a 36.47.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
yeah, you have a This is you said this is the category you probably were expecting to do. Well, you were least expecting to get to win certainly, but so this uphill battle in the finals probably, but you certainly have a chance. So. But you have so much going on because you're in every section and you're still alive in every section. So is it a struggle to juggle, having all these different routes in your heads and all these great players in different categories?
Dude, that's the hardest part. Like, second quest isn't really hard because second quest is a completely different thing. But between any percent no up A, 100% no up A, and swordless, it's definitely really tough to keep them all straight. But I've been doing better than I've expected to with it. I've been cutting down on the routing mistakes and the missed menus. I didn't have any incorrect recorders tonight, so the only real big thing was that death in 3. But other than that, and a screen transition where I just wasn't really paying attention because I was trying to figure out what was going on with the tech issues. But I don't really chalk that up to my play really.
You both managed to overcome time loss in the first run there, and then Third Extent really only had to farm bombs early on, and just struggled to keep up during the second run.
Yeah, I saw the kind of misfortune in level 3, which is kind of an inverse. But until the tech issues, it seemed like you were, pretty well keeping up, or keeping pace. I wasn't extending the lead, I don't think, really. So
yeah, the second run was definitely better than the first one. I think I died in level 6 in the first run. That was pretty menacing. I think I got beamed by an orange wizard Blake twice.
Yeah, well, in the
one
first
of the
run,
runs was terrible.
In the first run, you were ahead until you died in 6, and
really, that's heartbreaking.
In the second one, Antlerz was ahead when your screen went black for a bit.
Yeah,
so.
I figured he was because I took forever to get my start.
Yeah,
I think it was about we were looking at it pretty close. I think it was about 25 or 30 seconds difference between you guys during the second run.
Wow.
But
wow.
It makes it so much more interesting when you're trying to keep track with both sides going. But you guys both overcame whatever the game threw at you, and played very consistently well. It was a lot of fun. Third Extent, especially. I always love your swaggy stuff, but just had extra beams flying around. I mean, Antlerz did get the bomb drop on Ganon, which is the epitome, But
oh, nice.
Still, pretty awesome stuff, man. It was great to watch. A lot of fun.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, definitely. It's always fun to race someone as good as Third Extent. I just like I said, I hate that it kind of came down to, kind of a not as exciting ending as it would have been. But that first race, yeah, I mean, you were definitely crushing me just until you get. I was catching up until you had to slow way down in 6, and I was like, okay, I can be close out of 6, but obviously that's not how it went. But I was at least excited that we were gonna get a good finish after I died, possibly. So
yeah. Well, as long as it was fun to watch, and glad everyone had fun. I had fun still. And congratulations. I hope you do well in your next match.
yeah, I appreciate it, dude, and good luck tomorrow in your races. I think it was any percent no FA.
Yep. Thank you.
Got my fingers crossed for your tech.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, thanks so much to our runners, Antlers and the Third Extent. Thanks to Swordless Twitch Flip for joining me on comms. Thanks to SpeedGaming for the restream. I'm John Tabin. We will have more Zelda coming up this weekend. Check out Zelda speedruns at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning if you are around for an any percent no big match. And with that, unless there are any final words.
No, not from me. Just GG's Third Extent. Good luck, and thank you guys so much for the comms and to Speed Gaming for putting it on.
All right, I think we'll say goodnight.
Night, dudes.
I guess.